Welcome to the Trail Huggin Tramps. I'm Colleen, aka Peaches on the Trail.
I'm Jules, and my trail name is Woodstock.
We're releasing our video a little late on why we're hiking the trail just because we've had a lot going on. We both quit our jobs. I closed on my house, packed and moved.
We live like an hour and a half away from each other, so
yeah,
that made it really hard.
Yeah, it's just been really busy. So we're doing this Why the Trail on the Trail.
Mm-hmm.
We're taking our first zero here at a beautiful cabin, which has been amazing. The temperature is supposed to bottom out into the 20s tonight, and it's crazy windy, and we're just glad to be here.
Welcome to the AT weather.
And yep.
Yep. We're both from Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Columbus, and she's from Ohio. Or Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lived in Cincinnati, and now I'm moving back to Georgia, and I'm so excited.
And I don't know where I'm moving, but I'll figure it out.
But why we're hiking the AT? For me, this has been kind of, I won't say a lifelong dream, but I've wanted to do it since I was 16 years old. I was at my sister's college graduation party, and the youngest person there and was bored out of my mind, and my brother-in-law's friend, shout out TR, sat down, and we were just chit-chatting, and he started talking about this hike he took, when he was in his youth. And it just really, the thought of doing it never left me, and I was just, I don't know, awestruck by the idea that you could actually, start a trail in Georgia and walk all the way to Maine. And I've always been a camper, love, being outside. And the last 3 years of my life, it's just been like, I finished nursing school. I started a nursing career, which has been amazing. I've learned so much. My best friend passed away unexpectedly from a brain aneurysm. My oldest son moved to Seattle. Went through some other personal things, and I just decided, I'm tired of reacting to my life. I want to make choices based on the things that are dreams of mine and things that I want to accomplish. And I started thinking about doing the AT this past summer when she and I took our first backpacking trip. So we're total novices. Mm-hmm. And I got so excited about it, and I thought, well, 2020 is going to be my year. And the more I thought about it, I was like, you're just being stupid, because if you get up off your ass, you can make this happen this year. So here I am.
For me, it was, it took some convincing to do, because it was actually her idea. I'd always wanted to do the PCT, but like she said, I don't really have that much backpacking experience, but we've been camping ever since I was like, 2 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we go on at least like 1 or 2 camping trips a year. And then once I got older, I got more and more into it. And so I graduated from Ohio University, and I studied accounting and business pre-law. I enjoyed it in school, but once I got out and started doing internships and tax and audit, it was working crazy hours with people that didn't really care whether you were sleep deprived or not, whether you enjoyed your job or not. It was constantly being stuck in an environment where nobody really cares how you are. They just care whether you get the work done or not. And that's something that kind of hit me in the face, got like pretty depressed, and my anxiety was pretty bad when I was working all those crazy hours. Kind of just decided this isn't what I want to do. In the past couple of years, I've gotten really involved in the rock climbing community, which also includes like camping a lot and going out a lot, and that's part of what convinced me to start doing backpacking too, which is something a lot of my friends do. And I think you decided in July when you wanted to hike.
I think it was more like late August or early September.
Yeah, so she was like begging me, you should go on the AT with me. I'm like, let's do the PCT, but she's like, no, let's do the AT. So it took me a couple of months of thinking about doing it, and once it hit busy season, another busy season for my job, I was like, screw it. I'm gonna quit and I'm just gonna go with you. So it took a lot of thinking of, I just adopted a dog a year and a half ago, and that was hard trying to figure out whether I wanted to leave him behind for 6 months or not. But I'm only 24 and I've got so much time to figure life out, so I've just figured, screw it, let's just do it. So that's kind of my mindset. It's just like, just quit my job. I subleased my room to my brother, so we're both technically homeless right now. So
homeless and jobless.
It feels pretty good.
It feels awesome. It feels awesome. And we started the trail a little less than a week ago, and so far it's been really amazing. The same friend that initially told me about the trail said, the way people treat each other on the trail is the way that people should treat each other in real life. And we have found that to be so true.
Absolutely.
We were coming down the hill yesterday into one of our first bits of civilization, and they were offering free back rubs. There was
awesome.
A physical therapy school there practicing and touching sweaty hikers.
Smelly hikers.
Yeah, and I got a neck massage and a back massage for about 10 minutes, and it felt amazing.
Yeah, I got my shoulders rubbed pretty good.
Yeah.
She kept saying, is that too tense? I'm like, no, keep going.
And the very first day we hit the trail, we were lucky enough to meet up with someone. Shout out Ramona and her mom and dad. They were kind enough to give us a ride down to the visitor center, because when we first arrived it was closed.
Yeah.
And we went through the base camp, and then we also they gave us a ride to the trailhead, because we started from Springer. We decided not to do the approach trail.
Yep.
It
whatever.
Was, yeah, I'm really glad that we didn't do it now.
Yeah. I've talked to so many people that have just we saw the falls and it was cool, but
yeah,
I didn't want to walk up those steps my first day, so.
Yeah.
But we've climbed enough mountains to climb those stairs, so it's cool.
For sure. And I feel like our legs are getting stronger, a little bit stronger every day.
Yeah.
And we're learning a little bit more every day of, how to pack our packs, where to put what.
Breathing techniques while you're walking up.
Yeah, the breathing, if you breathe correctly, it definitely helps while you're making the ascents. And
walking at a slower pace consistently, makes it way easier to go uphill than going fast and slow and fast and slow.
Yeah. And people pass us all the time, but, I told her from the very beginning, I was like, I am not looking to break any records. I couldn't if I wanted to. Just want to do slow and steady, get our trail legs, and then, maybe down the road we can make more miles. But right now I'm not worried about it. I have no time constraints on me.
Yeah, we've been pushing under 8 so far.
Yeah.
We've both said our favorite piece of gear is our trekking poles.
Yeah, trekking poles are amazing.
They're awesome. I always thought they were so silly, but they're really...
Yeah. They're really...
My feet would be more screwed than they already are.
They're really amazing. My pack weight is... I haven't weighed my pack. I'm guessing it's easily 40 pounds, but...
How much would you say mine is? Probably 30, 35?
I have a picture pack up.
I would say 35. Let's put it in water.
Well, but the thing about it is, I've used every piece of gear in there, save one. I haven't used my rain skirt yet. We've gotten really lucky with the weather. It rained the first night we were on the trail.
It was
cold. It has been beautiful since then, except for today. It's very windy, and the temps are going to drop in the 20s tonight. So
for me, it's been hard to sleep. I sleep really cold, and it's the first night was really cold. My fingers were I didn't wear gloves when it was raining, so my fingers were so numb that I was trying to pull the zipper down on my tent, and I couldn't because my fingers are numb.
Yeah, she's a really cold sleeper, because even we took a Nero when we were in a hotel one night, and it was 72 degrees in there. So it's I'm still cold.
Was it 72?
Yeah, it was.
It felt like
it's 73 in here right now, and she's still got this is where hot flashes will pay off. I'm sleeping a little bit warmer than normal.
Yeah, but I ended up ordering a fleece line bag, and I put my silk liner in the hiker box because I was I'm not going to use this, so might as well.
Yeah, the 2 hiker boxes we saw were pretty. Yeah, people were ditching a lot of stuff. We saw
see some funny
shakedowns.
stuff in there, bog repellent lotion. What else did you say?
Yeah, it's a little early for bug repellent lotion because no bugs are out so far, but
yeah,
there will be.
Somebody brought one of those like boxes that you put stuff in when you kayak. I don't know why somebody brought that, but yeah.
Waterproof, yeah.
But
boxes.
Yeah, we packed too much food, I think.
Yeah, sure. We definitely brought too much food because I guess it takes a little while for your hiker hunger to kick in. And we really haven't been eating. We've been doing more of making coffee in the morning and putting the Carnation instant breakfast in it for protein, but we really haven't been eating breakfast per se. But I
ate mac and cheese for breakfast yesterday.
And I think the other thing we're going to have to work on is no matter how early we get up, it takes us 2 hours to pack our crap up and get out of camp. Yeah. So yeah, we got to kind of work on that because we're going to need to hit the trail earlier.
I think we're quickly learning how to pack our bags. So at first we were like, I have no idea how to do this.
Yeah.
You just put everything in there like, let's go. But yeah.
There's definitely a learning curve to all this, but that's part of the fun of it. I really like it and really enjoy it, and getting used to your gear. One of the things that we did not do that we wanted to was do like a couple of shakedown hikes. There just wasn't any time.
Yeah.
I was working or she was working, and we just couldn't sync our schedules up, and then trying to get a house ready to sell, having it on the market, having it shown. Luckily, my house sold within a week, which was a total blessing. That was awesome. But it's been crazy, so we didn't have time to do any of that. So
yeah, I was working so I quit my job in December, and I started working 3 jobs between like Uber and food delivery and dog walking. So I was working just about 7 days a week, but yeah, that's pretty much how I saved up for this, and yeah, retirement and whatever. But yeah.
But
what are we looking forward to?
Oh wow. I'm really looking forward to the Smokies, although they say they'll kick your butt. Looking forward to Virginia, Gaffey Knob, of course, and what is it, the Grayson Highlands, where the ponies are.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Yeah. Further down the line, the farthest north I've been is New York City, so I'm really looking forward to, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire. Definitely looking forward to the flights.
Maine's going to be really sweet.
Yeah, so looking forward to all of it. The camaraderie on the trail is amazing. Everybody's so friendly.
Most of everybody.
Well, there's going to be characters everywhere, but that makes
great characters.
Yeah, that makes it fun too, because it's really fun. The people watching is great, but everybody's, really been pretty friendly and very helpful, and it's been everything I had hoped it would be and more so far. So yeah, we've had some really beautiful scenic overlooks. I guess 25% of people quit in Georgia, and I can kind of see why, because
we're almost halfway through it.
Yeah,
almost. Not really, almost.
Not quite. But
I think we'll make it through.
Oh yeah,
we'll be fine.
I'm not worried.
We might scream at each other a little bit.
Yeah, luckily we get along very well.
Yeah.
We get irritated with each other. One of us can just hike ahead.
Yeah. A lot of people have been asking me, don't you think you would kill your mom? No, not really.
Well,
we're too similar.
Yeah, the thing about she and I is like, all we have to do is go, and we know what the other we're already, making fun of something in our head with one another, because we just, we have the same sense of humor. And
like, we were cracking up at people farting in the hostels last night. That was funny.
That was funny.
Yeah.
But, snoring, it's real.
Yeah, there's so much snoring. So if you're planning on hiking the AT and you don't like snores, bring your earplugs, because I forgot to bring mine, and I can't really fall asleep very easily when I hear that. You snore a lot too.
Really?
Yeah, you do.
Normally I don't snow unless I've had a little too much beer or wine, and that has not been the case on this trip.
Or if you've hiked a lot during the day.
Yeah, it is so physically exhausting. Like, you get to camp, you set your camp up, and the first night it was raining, and I just went in the tent. She's like, aren't you going to come out and have dinner? And I'm like, no, I'm not coming out. And then she goes, well, you're going to have to hike it. I'm like, not tonight.
Yeah, I was like, well, I guess I'll eat dinner by myself. But, yeah. What were you going to say? What are we planning on including in our vlog?
I think we both agree we're more about making it kind of, not poking fun at it, but poking fun at ourselves on it. We're going to make a lot of mistakes. I lost my beautiful new Katahdin bee-free water bottle the first day.
I thought I lost my pack full of like my battery pack and my charger, so I didn't have my phone for like the first 3 days or something. Well, I had it the first day, and then the 3 days after that, I didn't even have my phone on. But
yeah, so we'll be kind of poking fun at ourselves, and a little bit of that, and of course, the scenery, what trail life is really like, and we're not gonna sugarcoat anything. We're just gonna kind of put it out there.
Yeah, I'd like to show more of the trail, because like a lot of people do like the same kind of style of vlogs, but they don't show like a ton of the scenery. But I'd like to do that just because I like putting that in videos and stuff.
Yeah, the scenery is it's amazing. And what we noticed on the drive down here, because we drove out of Cincinnati and drove down here, is of course the further south we got, more things were blooming. The dogwoods were in bloom, and there are buds on all the trees down here, and everything's turning green, and it's just breathtaking. And to be able to walk and watch that come alive is just going to be
really cool.
Yeah,
I'm really excited.
Really cool, and
I'm excited for that, and like disconnecting.
Yeah, we've barely been on our. We've been on our phones a little bit more the past couple of days. Just in
town, though. Like, when we're on the trail...
I don't have a signal, so...
We've barely taken, like, many videos so far, but I'm sure, like, once it gets harder, we're going to break out those phones and be like, this is so hard! But, yeah.
Yeah, but it's been so wonderful so far, and I'm having a great time, and...
Yeah,
it's kind of almost surreal that we're actually doing this. Like, it hasn't really... But it hasn't really sunk in yet. And I keep kind of thinking, I got to go to work. Oh, no, I don't have a job anymore. Shout out to Jewish ARU. I miss you guys. You're so amazing.
I don't miss my old job. Sorry. I miss you guys, some of you, but yeah.
I miss my friends. But I'm having a great time. And you know who you are. We'd love for you to come and join us and hike with us, and come experience it. Yeah, come experience it, because this is just, I don't know, it's just a different lifestyle, but it's really cool.
Do you want to go over like lots of funny questions that you've gotten so far from people?
We can. One of the questions I kept getting was, well, what are you going to eat? How are you going to get food? Are you going to send it? We do have some resupply boxes coming. Thank you, Richard, for sending us a great box with everything all zipped up and everything. We really appreciate that. Yeah. And Nancy, thank you for sending me my jacket. I left home without my jacket. I don't know how that happened, but anyway. But no, that was one of the questions, is like, what are you going to eat? And it's like, well, I think people, if you haven't like watched some documentaries or done some reading on the AT, there's this huge misconception, that is out in the middle of nowhere, and you don't have access to anything, and that's just really not the case. You could get into a town almost every other day if you really wanted to.
Yeah. And there's so many people. I think like we're in the 1400s.
Yeah, we're in the 1400s for our hiker tag, because you register and you get a tag so people know that you're a thru hiker. And yeah, we're in the 1400s, and there are so many more to come. This weekend was a huge bubble of people coming through, and it's going to keep coming till probably about mid-March, and then it will slow down with the northbounders. We're northbound. And but yeah, so then it was explaining, well, we'll go into town every 3 or 4 days and we'll resupply.
Yeah.
Or, maybe we'll have a box in or something like that. But it's not difficult to do. And like we said earlier, we're carrying around too much food right now. Like, we have a box that we're going to have to kind of go through, pick what we want, and bounce it ahead because we can't carry all the food. The food is definitely the heaviest thing in the pack.
Yeah.
So.
I had a lot of people ask me if I'm going to carry a gun. It's
yeah,
really not necessary.
I got that question
out here.
too.
Yeah, especially after hiking the first 3 days. And there's so many, laws between the 14
the different states. Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Would be too much of a hassle.
It's extra weight, too.
If I carried a gun, I'd probably shoot my own toe off. So
yeah.
I wouldn't be able to hike then. It wouldn't be worth it.
Yeah.
One of the questions I got was, where do you sleep? You do get to take Neros and zeros. And Nero is, kind of self-explanatory. If you've hiked most of the day, you take a little bit of the day off. And then zero is you don't hike at all. But, you camp along the way.
Yeah, we're both in tents. We haven't stayed in a shelter yet, but we've stayed outside of them. Yeah. They're pretty packed, unless you're an early riser and you get there pretty early, which we don't. So.
And then the shelters, they have mice in them, so that's not super appealing. I'm not ruling out sleeping in a shelter. I'd like to try it. But probably on a night that isn't so nice.
Yeah,
so.
I did have mice come into my tent the second night and eat some of my M&Ms and Snickers. So.
Was your pack in the tent or was it in the vestibule?
Mine doesn't fit in the vestibule, so my pack was in my tent.
Ooh.
And I had a leftover bag of candy that I forgot to hang up. So
yeah, but again, all part of the learning curve. You really figure, oh well, this is a good idea. Or you think, oh, maybe I'll try this. And then you're like, no, that didn't work so well. Back to the drawing board. So it's all good.
Yep. I think that's it.
We have a Facebook page, the Trail Huggin Tramps. Huggin is Huggin. And we have, you can look us up that way. Also,
we have our own Instagrams.
We have our own Instagrams. Mine is under Vaga Hippie Bond.
Spell it out.
VAGGYHIPPYBOND, one word.
Mine is Owildn. It's OHWILDN. And I also have a blog that I'm doing. I've got a few posts up on that already. It's wildlike. It's wild and like.blog. So I'm gonna post more up on that. But yeah. So that's your social media.
So if you have any questions, shoot them to the Trail Huggin Tramps. We're going to answer those later tonight. And we're going to be more consistent with our videos. And we'll catch you soon.
Yep. See ya.